Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, couple things. First, forgive me, my toner still drying on my face, so y'all got to forgive me. Just got out the shower. Hot first soccer game, 10-year-old, then 17-year-old got a game at 5 o'clock today. He got a red card yesterday, so he's not playing. He just supporting the team. Second order of business, make sure you click the link in the description to check out our progress on the channel investment opportunity. Shout out to all of my new partners. So it's moving right along. Still have some days left until the deadline. So if you missed it or if you need to re-up, click the link in the description, read all about it, learn about it. If you don't understand it, don't do it. Talk to a financial professional if you need to learn about how investments and returns work. Get that knowledge, and that's one of the things we fail to have is financial literacy. So that's another reason why I'm venturing into this space and offering this opportunity. And y'all gotta forgive me, something flying around in my eye. Now, I want to talk to you about this here. Something had got in my eye. The most dangerous man on the face of this earth. And it's some traits that go in here, but I'm gonna talk and break down each one so you could see this and realize this. Now, overall, this dangerous man is an insecure man. Understand that. An insecure man means that he does not feel that he is valuable and worthy across the board. He does not feel like he looks like enough or like he earns enough or that he is enough for whatever reason. And a lot of times this insecurity comes from his childhood and him not being affirmed, him being criticized and judged and belittled and never being uplifted, never being told you are special, you are amazing, you can do anything, you smart, you handsome, you talented. Failure does not exist. Failure is when you refuse to try. By him not hearing those things, he lacks confidence. So it makes him insecure. And being an insecure man, he becomes very dangerous. So that's the overall, that's the through line. Now, this man is a victim. The first type of man I want to talk about is the type of guy who is, I can't remember his name. Somebody said his name, but this gentleman, I don't even know what city it's in, who took the life of the 6-year-old boy. Here you have a guy, I don't know how tall he is. He looked like he around 6 foot or taller, but it could just been camera angle. Here you got this guy, he works in the church. He laying hands on people. I think they say he was like one of the ministers and a prophet. That's a red flag. A lot of times, if somebody calls themselves a prophet in this day and age, you got to take some time and just get to know them and study them. Not to say that there are no prophets, but you got to be careful with giving yourself that title or letting somebody else give you that title. That's a very, very high call, and you have to be above reproach. You cannot play with that. Calling yourself prophet this, prophet that, if you're not above reproach and all the way right with the Lord. And so it'll be better to just be a life coach or a teacher than to put a scriptural terminology to your name. So this type of guy right here is a guy who, and I'm gonna describe this type of guy that took this 6-year-old young boy's life. And he took his life brutally. He basically beat the boy to death. He beat the boy with raw lumber till the boy lost skin on his body. Then he poured hydrogen peroxide all over the boy open wounds. Then he proceeded to make the boy continue to work out, doing jumping jacks and push-ups and burpees. Ain't no telling what all kind of working out, because see, we'll never have the full story, because the levels that this demon will go to, this man will never admit to what he did, and nobody will know except for him and the young boy and God and the demons that use this man. Nobody will ever know, because there's no limit to this type of man once he demonic possessed like this. And notice that this man went into the church. Here you have a man who has a demon in him. Where did he go? To the church. Went to the church to pluck off Christians in the body of Christ. And the guy, I don't know if it was the pastor or whoever it was, but the pastor, I could tell, whoever they had speaking in the interview, I could tell that it was one of them environments where everybody not on fire for the Lord. It's one of them environments where the men are, oh, we imperfect. And they hide behind we imperfect. And so you still got a street element to you, still got a hood element to you, still got one of the boys at the club, one of the boys at the bar element to you, but also want to be a man of God. You can't be both. You got to choose. And so that right there fosters that demon. But what happens is the hand is forced by the church to sit this guy down because complaints start coming out from the women. So they say he had been removed from his position in the church because of inappropriate behavior with the women. That right there was a red flag. I don't know if the mother of the 6-year-old boy knew that he had been sat down in church from inappropriate behavior with the woman, with women. And so now here's this man. Let me tell you about this man. You have to be careful when you get to know and you dealing with a man who is a failure in life. And what I mean by that is when a man does not feel fulfilled, it doesn't matter if he make 500,000 a year. It don't matter if he make $1 million a year. When you talk to him and you sense that he wants way, way, way more out of life, and he's not purely, truly happy, and he feels like a failure, you have to be careful. And even if he says out of his mouth, he doesn't feel like a failure, you have to evaluate and look at who he wanted to become. So if this man played football, if he played a sport in high school, and then he played a sport in college, and he didn't make it pro, you gotta take it slow, because that is failure. In his eyes, that is failure, and you don't know what type of pain and insecurity and unhappiness he has in his spirit from not going pro. If he went pro and he didn't hit the average time span that a pro spends in that league, that is another sign to take it slow. Meaning if the average NFL career is 3 years or 4 years and he didn't hit that, it's a possibility. It's not a one size fits all. It's not always the case. So listen now, listen, because what this spirit will do is try to find a hole in what I'm saying, and this spirit will play semantics. These demons will come on this page and be in the comments playing semantics. I'm speaking of the majority, not every single case. So understand that. And they will try to hide in plain sight. So if the man did not hit the average time span spent in this career, and this not just pro sports now, this could be in any career, in anywhere, that is a failure for that man. Even if he says it's a success, you got to take your time. You got to move slowly. Understand that. When a man also tries to be everything, he trying to be special. He want to be a barber. He want to be a prophet. There's no prophetic barbers. You're not finna be a barber and a prophet and a mentor and an athletic trainer. You're not finna do all of that. So you have to be careful when you meet a man that he is everything. You got to take your time. It don't mean now, and I'll take that back, it could be a prophetic barber, but you got to take your time. And this man who is a failure, this man who, and then when you see a man who has enough, when a man has enough to be a husband and a father, but he's not a husband and a father, You got to slam on brakes hard. You hear me? You got to slide all the way on the brakes. And you got to pause. You have got to pause. Hold on, playboy. Hold on. You handsome, or if you're not handsome, you got money, or you got an audience. Why aren't you married? You got all this going. And if he over the age of 35, especially now, in this day and age, under 35, it could be some exceptions to the rule. But you still got to look at him with a side eye. Once a man crossed 28 and he's not married, you got to take your time and see, is this an exception to the rule, or is he part of the rule? Like my mentee, Caleb, that we do Louder Than Words. Episode went out today, 5 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you go check that out. And thank y'all for y'all support. Y'all already got the channel already approved and everything. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. And Caleb, 30. So guess what? You have to take your time and get to see. That's why I took my time with Caleb. I've known Caleb for, I don't know how many years now. Probably 10 years now. Because I took my time to get to see, where will he struggle? What will he go through? Where's his heart? Is he consistent? And when I got ready to start a podcast, I asked my wife, I said, what do you think about Caleb? Could I partner with him? She said, if you was to partner with anybody, I think it should be him. Because he done showed himself to be consistent. No man or woman is perfect, but he done been consistent. And I said, okay. My wife confirmed it. But what I'm telling you is, if you're a woman watching this, take your time when you get to know these men, because that is a deficiency. If a man cannot get married, especially by the age of 35, something is off with him. Something is off. It could be a good thing that's off, but most of the time it is a bad thing that is off. Sometimes surgeons, like people who have a very busy, strict type of career, they may be delayed. Like a doctor, maybe an astronaut, maybe someone who is like a warrior, like they're at the highest level in the military, to where they are a part of the troop that is corroborating and coming together to take out bin Laden type people. Those are special situations. But when you got an average everyday man, he ain't nobody Navy SEAL. He's not Apostle Paul with anointing and the Holy Spirit running all off of him, dripping off of him. He just an everyday man. Like he could have a brand, he could have millions of dollars, but he ain't doing nothing that ain't nobody else in his space ain't doing, and other people in his industry or career or space is married. It's something off with him. So you got to take your time. So to lay this out here for you, and we're going to go through it, this man is oftentimes insecure. This man may oftentimes be bisexual. This man oftentimes will be the victim. He's a victim in life. See, he's a victim somewhere in his life. He's either a victim to another race. It's another race fault. It's religion's fault. It's the government's fault. It's his mama fault, his daddy fault, his ex-wife fault, his sister, his brother. It's somebody has wronged him, and that has derailed his destiny. Somebody has wronged him. At every space in his life, he finds somebody to be his scapegoat for why he isn't who he should be, why he isn't who God called him to be. He'll find an excuse. He will be the victim. When you meet a man and he is woe is me. Oh, the white Tony Gaskins bashing me. Oh, the white Tony Gaskins talk so bad about men. I don't know why Tony Gas is so judgmental. And I'm using my name as an example because I'm the one doing the video, but he could be interchange Tony Gaston with the white man, the government, my ex-wife, my mama, my daddy. When you meet a woe is me man, put your trike shoes on. You got the, you in the 15,000 meter. You fit. You in the 26-mile marathon. With soon as he go to feeling sorry for us, run. He finna destroy you. He is fixing to wrap your brain up like a pretzel. This man finna take you through the ringer. Do you hear me? Do not ever deal with a man who is a victim, with a victim mentality. Typically, that man is also effeminate. He's going to have feminine traits and qualities. It could be how he sit. It could be how he laugh. It could be how he talk out the side of his mouth. It could be how he wear his outfits. Typically, the victim man is also going to have some feminine traits, because a man is not wired, is not created to be a victim. A man, let me help you understand this about a real man. A real man accepts 100% responsibility for his life. Nobody is his enemy. Nobody is attacking him. Nobody is responsible for his downfall. Nobody is responsible for the place he is in life. Nobody's opinion of him is changing who he is. He's not stopping, pausing, and all of that right there. He is not a victim. When you meet the victim, you got to run. Now, another thing that you have to understand about this dangerous man, he is going to be a manipulator. He's going to manipulate you, and he's going to hide in plain sight. He's going to play in your face. And with this manipulation, he's going to be God's gift to women. He's going to be God's gift to earth. He's going to be an amazing man, according to him, who don't get the credit he deserves, who people don't really see his heart. Back to this man who took this young boy's life. This man actually groomed this young boy. And because this man got sat down in the church, because he was only a barber, and there's nothing wrong with being a barber, but he actually was not happy with being a barber. He actually looked down on being a barber. He wanted to be the founder of Sports Clips. He wanted to be the founder of the barbershop that is being franchised around the country. See, he didn't feel fulfilled with being a barber. He didn't feel fulfilled with having the title of prophet. And everything that demon was doing inside of him, he took that out on that 6-year-old boy, beating that boy with that lumber. And he had already abused that boy before. But because it's a child, and because the child lived, he was able to switch the mind of that little boy and say, hold the little boy in his arm to pretend to give love, and then FaceTime mama and say, see, you felt like quitting, didn't you? But you got up, you kept going, and you overcame. See, that's what it takes to be a man. And mama, she looking at that like, yes, don't realize her son had already come within an inch of his life already. But the human body is built to withstand a lot. The human body can go through a lot before we perish. For you to beat somebody to death, you did the absolute most. And I'm going to tell y'all, don't let me run for president. Don't let me run for president. See, I'm getting too real on this series dealing with Lil Ugly that YouTube trying to censor my videos now. The other day, they tried to censor the video and told me it was too real. And I had to request a manual review. And then they come back and said, oh, your video good. But they got the AI in here that listen to words. That's why sometimes I got to skip over words, because the AI just hears a certain word and it think you know, doing too much. But that man had already abused that boy. He had already done pushed that boy to within an inch of his life. That boy hadn't already passed out and got water splashed on him before and then was becoming delirious. That ain't no first time. You don't do that on the first time. See, the thing with abuse, what you got to realize is each time it gets worse. Each time it gets worse. And each time that you can do something to somebody and get away with it, the behavior is reinforced. He had done whooped that boy before. And he had done whooped that boy hard before. But think about it. When you got melanated skin, you could get a really, really hard hit against melanated skin. Like, you see this right here? Look at the skin. You see that? I am stinging right now, but it's not even red. I'm a grown man now. I am a grown man, but this is melanated skin. My skin right now is burning and it is inflamed. So you could have your child who is not that articulate, who is afraid to death of this man, and he could be hit like this. This thing hurt. Do you hear me? I'm stinging right now. And this my weekend. I'm left-handed. This my weekend. And just now, it still ain't red yet. It still ain't red yet. Like, I'm hurting so bad, I can't even hit myself again. It all hurt so bad. I can't even hit. Let me hit myself again. Listen, I'm about to cry. Listen, I'm stinging. I'm going to be hurting tomorrow. Look how much a grown man with this spirit of look ugly can hit your child, your melanated child, and you will not know. And then let me tell you what this demon will do. This demon will tell your child, listen, you can't tell your mom or anybody what we do, because you can't tell about the workouts that we do and when I have to spank you, because I'm not spanking you because I don't like you. I'm spanking you because I love you. I'm spanking you because you're going to be tough. Do you see that car right there? That car right there is a Mercedes-Benz. Do you want a Mercedes-Benz? Okay, you have to get spankings in order to get a Mercedes-Benz. I'm making you tougher. I'm making you tougher. I'm building you up. And this is going to make you rich. But if you tell your mom, she's not going to allow me to make you rich. Now, I'm making this up or what this demon going to say, but that's what I know the demon going to say. I already know it because God going to give you the Holy Spirit to understand. Do not leave your child with a man. You can't really leave your child with a woman. You need to pray for the provision to have your child somewhere, and kids still die at daycare centers. At daycares, kids get abused. Your child need to be somewhere where it's going to be a camera in every corner, and you got access to the live stream. That's what you need to implement. If somebody got your child got to have the app. You got to put the app on your child's phone. That if it goes out, if that phone die, you leaving work. Hey, I have an emergency, family emergency. I got to go. If you get fired, get fired. Trust God. You zoom. As soon as you can't hear that audio on that phone, you got to Google child safety app, whatever it is. I don't know the names of it. One of y'all send me a check. We'll talk about it. And you put that app on your phone. I know because I got clients who got these apps and they put it on their boyfriend or their husband phone, where they could hear. A lot of y'all men cheating don't even realize that the woman listening to you cheat. Just like Shannon Sharp had that, he turned that live on and got on there and went doing all that growling. Your woman listening to you cheat. Your woman listening to you cheat, but she get everything in order. She lining it up. She saving her money. She saving her money because you ain't put hands on her. She not in harm's way. But that's why she done cut that sex off, because she listening to you cheat. She see where your phone going at. She got an app on your phone where when you cut it off, she still can see where your phone at. Listen, you got to put that app on your child phone if your child got to be around somebody. And you got to put their phone on low battery mode. And you tell them, keep your phone on you at all times. Keep your phone on you at all times. You got to have a pouch that it go in and it sit right there. But it got holes in the bottom of it where you could hear. hear everything that's being said. And if you're going to have somebody, that you got to have somebody watch your child, and then you can have people watch your child at your house, and you put cameras in every corner. Get them off Amazon, $20, $40. Put the cameras in the nanny cams, and you let them know, hey, look, I got cameras in everywhere, because just in case you fall asleep, just in case something go wrong, just in case whatever, I'm watching everything. And just let them know, because this demon is out here, and that's what this demon will do. It come to steal, kill, and destroy. My arm just not starting to calm down. It might be, it ain't really red, but it's the light shining on it. But look how much, do you want somebody hitting your child as hard as I was just slapping myself? Do you want somebody hitting your child like that? Your melanated child. Now, if I was white, that first lick would have turned me red. That first lick would have turned me red. That's how black people have gone through so much abuse, because the abuse could be hidden. So that wasn't that man first time abusing that boy. But there are so many kids who pledge allegiance of silence to their abuser. There are people who are in their 40s who have still not talked about the abuse they suffer as a child. There are people who will take their abuse to the grave. So your child could be being abused by this demon, and you will never know it. And I'm going to tell you, this demon will actually adopt the child to abuse him. Yes, because what happened with this demon is it needs somewhere to deposit this toxic energy. It needs somewhere to take out physically what is being done in the spiritual realm. It needs somebody to be another host. It needs somebody to abuse. And so that's where you have to be very watchful. You have to be very mindful. You have to take your time. You cannot just jump into something. You got to watch out. Now, this man will be insecure. Let me tell you, the man could look good to you and still be insecure. Because insecurity could come from what somebody said to you. So this man could have the perfect size body part that you want as a woman. I mean, it could be just right for you. You like, woo, he right. He could have a nice face. He could have nice physique, nice everything, and still be insecure because he was never affirmed as a child. Now, he could look a mess. He could look like a black Air Force One. I don't know what that look like. He could look like the bottom of a shoe. He could look like chewed up bubble gum and be actually confident because his mama or grandma or daddy told him his whole life, you are so handsome. You is a handsome young man. You so smart. Man, how you got that smart? You so gifted. And you could look at him and be like, man, this man got a special look on him. Woo, Lord. Lord. Ooh, did you? Lord, forgive me. Woo, Lord, forgive me. You sitting there, you talking to the Lord like, Lord, listen, everything amazing about this man, but Jesus be a face. And so you sitting and but he confident. Nah, that's rare now. That is rare. So don't just think that just because of what he's saying. You got to look at how he moves. You got to look at what he say. You got to look at what he do. You got to really pay attention to it. So if he come, you don't love me. I feel like you really don't care about me the way I care about you. Red flag, insecure. Insecure. I feel like you'll leave me. I feel like I'm giving so much and you're not returning the love. Insecure. Insecure. I fear putting my all into you, putting everything into you, and then you just up and leave me one day because you're bored. Insecure. Insecure. I feel like you take me for granted. And you really don't. Insecure. Because I'm going to tell you, if any of that stuff is true, a real man going to leave you. He going to leave you. And then what a real man going to do, He's not going to sit and wait for you to just do for him. That's a feminine trait. He going to tell you, hey, can you make me a sandwich? Hey, can you run to the store for me real quick and pick this up for me? If he giving, he needs something in return, he going to ask you for what he needs. He's not going to sit there and wait on you to read his mind. And then when you don't read his mind, he coming in complaining and crying. Oh, you don't do this. Oh, you don't do that. Oh, you don't do this. When we do that as men, we insecure. You know how I know? I done been there. Every man, I ain't going to say every man, but majority of men go through that. Only time a man don't go through that is when he was raised not to do that. When he was taught how to be a man. And that's really, most people ain't being taught how to be a man. Most men, we got to learn on the job. So I need you to realize and understand that this spirit is, this dangerous man, he's going to be insecure. He's going to be argumentative. These men love a word salad. Love to go back and forth. I done been there. Love to go back and forth. You know where I'm at now? Block and delete. I ain't going back and forth with you. Block and delete. Got too much of a man to go back and forth with you. I'm gone. I ain't finna argue with no adult. But see, these men, they like to go back and forth. They will argue all day. They want to twist you up like a pretzel with their arguments. They love to go back and forth. And they love to be the victim. And they love to tell you what you feel is invalid, what you feel is wrong. That ain't right. You looking at it the wrong way. You don't really know me. You don't really know me. You got me wrong. You confusing me. Nobody has ever said that about me, what you saying about me. Nobody has ever done me the way you trying to do me. Nobody has ever felt about me the way you feel about me in a negative light, the negative light you trying to shine on me. That's not me. You got me wrong. You misunderstanding me. That's how this man will do. That's a dangerous man. This a dangerous man. And then look at this man here. That's why I'll tell you. If I run for president, we might be eye for eye. With capital punishment, that man, that barber who took that little boy life, I can't even tell you what we'll do to him. I can't even say on here what we'll do to him. You can imagine. You can imagine. And no, it ain't nothing with no homosexuality. I know some of y'all trying, nope. You know what we'll do to him? Waz behind out, beat the brakes off of him and get him all the way back to where he about to give up the ghost and then bring him back to health. We finna bring him back to health. We finna put him on ventilators. We finna put aloe vera all over him. We bringing them all the way back to health. And then we finna beat the brakes off of him again. And we bringing them all the way back to within an inch. And then we finna bring him back to health. And he finna go through that every day until we tired of it. Cause when that demon in you like that right there, and you want to get physical with that demon, oh, we finna beat that demon up out you. That demon finna say, man, I can't stay here no more because you ain't much of a host. You can't do nothing. Oh, we finna put you in general population. Yeah, we put you in general population. You're not in solitary confinement. You in general population. And that's what, whoever get in office, Kamala, the lady name is Kamala. Not Camilla, not Kamala, not Kamala. It's Kamala. Because she said comma in the beginning. When she said Kamala. If she get in there or Donald Trump, I don't care which one get in there. Because I ain't... Y'all, don't get me started. I vote for Jesus Christ. I don't get caught up in all that right there kind of stuff. That's on y'all. I know y'all be, vote. You broke, ain't you? You broke, ain't you? Okay. You in generational wealth? Okay. The price of groceries still high. Gas still high. It don't matter who in there. It don't matter who in there. You finna have the same problems you got today. It's just you might get a stimulus check. But with a stimulus check, that ain't gonna do nothing but just create inflation anyway. Back to what we were saying. Whoever get it there, they need to change capital punishment. Well, if you want to be big and bad and you want to take the life of a child or a woman, Oh, we finna do you dirty. Oh, we finna do you dirty. No, ain't no life. It just ain't no life in prison. No, because you finna be in there preaching, talking about you a prophet. And then they're finessing the rest of them demons that's in there with you. No, we beating the brakes off of you. But see, let me help you understand something. This here spirit is different. This dangerous man is different levels to this man. It's different types of man. So you're going to have one type of this man that's effeminate. Like there's some men that's dangerous like this that are completely homosexual. And then there's some of them that's bisexual. And then there's some of them that's all the way heterosexual. The devil don't discriminate. He will get any kind of host he can get. But one thing about this man that is impossible is consistent peace. And when I say consistent peace, I mean that you are like, you feel amazing with this guy like a month straight. Like that's impossible. You're going to have a Jedi mind trick. You're going to be confused. Like a real man will almost make a woman feel like she getting over. A real man will almost make a woman feel like it's too good to be true, but it'll stay like that. Like she will feel like, man, what is he getting out of this? Like he got stuff so set up for me, stuff so amazing. It's so many gifts. But see, you have to, as a woman, you got to check the narcissist in you. You got to make sure that you're not greedy. You got to make sure that you're not self-centered. You got to make sure that you are actually reciprocating. You got to make sure that you are worthy of the treatment you're giving and that you reciprocating. Because see, as humans, we'll receive, and then not give. And then only give when we're asked to give. And we won't do nothing above and beyond. So that's what you got to realize. When you got a real man who is giving you a soft life and he making stuff easy for you, you got to look for how can you make his life easier? How can you give him a soft life? His life is always going to be hard because he got to provide and protect. But what can you do to take some pressure off of him? What can you do to lighten his load? What can you do? And see, the thing about it is, this dangerous man, he'll have you doing that and you won't be getting much in return. And anything you get, it'll be thrown in your face. You'll be reminded of it and you'll be made to feel guilty. You'll be made to feel inadequate. And this man also will lie to you. He will manipulate you. He will deceive you and he will cheat on you. This man is incapable of being non-abusive or 100% faithful. He gonna cheat on, whether he cheating on you financially, emotionally, socially, he gonna cheat on you physically. It's gonna be because he can't be honest. This is a dangerous man. And I'm gonna tell you that the most dangerous man, now, and I'm gonna bring this back to it, but we're gonna talk about this. The most dangerous man is the victim. He more dangerous than the insecure man. Because there's certain types of insecure men who will just go into a corner and ball up and die. It's certain types of insecure men that they will just be a recluse, a hermit, and they won't bother nobody. They won't bother nobody. But the insecure extrovert, child, you got a nightmare on your hand now. Listen to me, you got a nightmare. The insecure extrovert, choo, you finna pay a price. You hear me? You fixing to pay a price. You got to run. You have to run. And then when you have the victim, I got to bring this back because I need to spend some time on this right here. When you have the woe is me, when you got a man that's going to sit up there and just be the victim, oh, the government doing this, the black man, the white man doing this, the black man doing this, women do this, oh, my boss doing this, oh, Tony Gaskins don't like me, oh, John Doe don't like me, oh, this, oh, that. Guess what he finna do? He finna take you for everything you worth sexually and or everything you worth emotionally. He is going to deplete you because he's empty. But the thing about it is, nothing you could do for him will fill him up. He will take all of your cooking, all of your cleaning, all of your sexual activity, all of your words of affirmation, all of your praise, and none of it will be enough. All of your acts of service, all of your physical touch, all of your quality time, and none of it will be enough. He will not find his own thing. He will not be into his own work. He will not tap into real purpose and be all the way in his purpose. He'll be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So he'll be supposedly a man of God, but he want to be in fornication or he want to be in adultery. He won't go all the way into his purpose. He won't live a life full of righteousness. He won't flee from sin. He won't resist the devil for long. He'll put up a little fight just to make you think he fighting, but then he finna lay down. He finna lay down or he gonna bend over. He want to get poked. And a lot of these men, they into all kind of nasty movies. They in the nasty movies. They into private debauchery. Behind closed doors, they are raging with lust. They raging with lust. And some of these men will never come out as homosexual. Someone will never come out as bisexual. But behind closed doors, they watching men in dresses with dangalangs. They watching men in dresses. They watching men cross-dressing. They watching men in bras, men in thong. And then when they go on the road, they actually dealing with these people. They on one of them pages, Craigslist or Backpage or whatever the new one is, whatever out there, and they hiring these people. They hiring these people, and they will literally fly to the other side of the world to hire these people. They will hire these men that dress like women, and they'll go to Bali, they'll go to Colombia, they'll go to Korea, they'll go to South America, they'll go anywhere to get this debauchery off. When you see these men who, especially the ones who is effeminate, married or unmarried, or you see the ones who unmarried and they traveling the world, why you think they traveling? They traveling to get into the ring, the prostitution ring in that country where they can do all the debauchery and not get caught because they paying for silence. The people over there don't know who they are. They don't know that they got a podcast. They don't know they got a TV show. They will go somewhere to where they unknown to get this off. And a lot of women are married to these men. When you got a man who got to travel for work, you got to make sure he all the way walking with the Lord. If he's showing you signs of abuse, if he's showing you signs a little ugly and he got to travel for work, oh, he getting it in. You got to close your legs. You have to close your legs. Oh, he getting it in. He getting it in. And the men who not getting it in sexually, then it's gonna be heavier on the abusive side. Whether that's verbal, emotional, or physical, it's gonna be heavier. It's gonna be almost unbearable. It's gonna be hard to deal with. And about every man goes through this. Not every man stays in it. Not every man stays in there. What helped me in my life when I was out there and I was womanizing, bouncing around, and then when I became the type of guy that was, questioning myself as insecurity or am I enough? What helped me is getting closer to God. But see, when somebody got this here spirit in them, a lot of them don't really want to be closer to God. They already have made a decision to be a host. And so what they do is they try to put a hedge of protection around themselves. And that hedge of protection is the victim mode. They go into victim mode. They go into projection mode. They go into deflection mode. They go into blaming mode. And they try to villainize those who can expose them. So if his homeboy, oh, that's my son, I'm talking. If his homeboy can expose him, he will villainize his homeboy. He will tell you, if his mama can expose him, if I can expose him, he'll make something up. He'll make something up because he wants to have that hedge of protection around him so that he's infallible, so that he's impenetrable. So he cannot be exposed. So that when he's exposed, he already got his victim shield up. He got his projection shield up, got his deflection shield up. And then he will paint whoever is exposing him, he will paint them as a monster. Whether it's the coworker, mama, daddy. There's some mamas who will tell you about their son. If a mama give you a warning about her son, run. Because you got to realize ain't no love greater than a mother's love. The only love greater than a mother's love is the love of God. But even the love of God, if you ain't living right and you living in sin, God will turn his back on you. He'll be there for you when you call him now and when you repent. But a mother's love is, if she got any decency in her, a mother's love is undying. If a mother warns you about her son, run. Run. Do not walk, don't stretch. Put your trike shoes on and take off. You got to go. There is too many fish in the sea. It's too many men to be stuck on a man because of his size of his platform, the size of his angle lane, the amount of money in his bank account, his height, his look, whatever it is, too many men to be stuck on a man for the wrong reason. I mean, see, what you got to realize is the devil don't choose a host that don't have something that's going to be a hook. So if the man ain't got looks, he going to have a following. He going to have a platform. If the man ain't got a platform, he going to have looks. If the man ain't got money, he going to have looks. If the man ain't got looks, he going to have a hammer on him that he putting down on you. And it's going into erroneous zones that have never been reached before. And so now you're feeling certain nerves and certain shootings in your body, and you having certain releases that you've never felt before. And the release is dopamine and oxytocin going into your bloodstream, and it make you feel a sense of calm and peace and whatever you want to call it. Namaste. And so now, because you done been into that space, because you done been opened up in that space, now you hooked, because now this is your crack cocaine. Now he could look like somebody did the cha-cha slide on his face, but because he done went into them erroneous zones, you like, whoa, all right, now I can't leave, because that right there, that's your de-stressor after work. When you get done arguing with your friends, your family, your mama, and then he put that right there on you. He put that demon distributor on you, sexually transmitted demons. Now you hook. So the devil always chooses a man with a hook. If the man got a big podcast or a TV show, and you get to go and you get to be in the audience and you get to see people take pictures with him, get autographs from him, talk to him like he's something special, you never been around that. So now, little ugly, that little demon in him that got you in fornication, you ignoring that because you get to feel like a celebrity. You get to feel like the first lady. You get to feel, and then he'll give you a certain little sign that he does that tells you he talking to you or he thinking about you. He gonna tell you, when I do like this, that mean I want to do such and such to you. And so you sitting out there and he asking a question. He in the middle of talking about God and he do like this, and you like, Your homegirl like, what you laughing at? Ain't nothing funny. What's going on with you? Nothing, girl. Nothing, girl. This is an inside joke. It's just something that me and him know about. Child, please. Child, please. You'd have been bamboozled. But that's how he gonna do you. So that's the thing. He either gonna put that meat leg on you, or he gonna put that money on you, or he gonna put that influence on you, or he gonna put that control on you. He gonna put that fake masculinity on you. See, the hook could be anything. If you were just raised with a woman, you ain't never been around no man, he come to you and tell you this masculinity. Me telling you what to do, me telling you how to dress, me controlling you, this masculinity, but you don't know how a man is. And so you like, man, you know what? He right. I don't know how a man is. This just how a man is. So I guess I'm supposed to every now and then get hit. Every now and then get choked. Every now and then get cursed out. Every now and then get called out my name. I guess I'm supposed to, keep working and doing all this working and then bringing home the money for him. So, and because he got a lot of stress as a man, I'm supposed to let him go gamble at the casino or let him go fix up his car because he the man. Like, this is for the man. Like, I don't know what it's like to be a man. I don't know what it's like to be a black man or a Cuban man or an Asian man or a white man. I don't know what it's like to be a man. So, in the same way that demon took the life of that 6-year-old boy is the same way this man will have your mind just wrapped up and twisted up. Your mind will be completely wrapped and twisted and warped. And you'll be convinced like, okay, this is a man. This is what a man is. And it's because you've never seen a real man. You don't have nothing to compare it to. And so now you think that a real man is like domineering and a tyrant when a real man is gentle. A real man gonna do for you. A real man gonna protect and provide. A real man not gonna be going back and forth with you, arguing with you. Real man not gonna be doing all that. Real man not gonna tell you how you supposed to do this and how you supposed to do that. And he's not gonna speak from insecurity. He ain't gonna speak from it. And we have to grow as men to get to that place. But it's not a woman's place to just be abused and taken advantage of and mistreated while a man is growing to that place. So that's why women be like, why do the next woman get everything that I wanted? Because that was just a part of your journey. You gonna get the best of a man after another woman done been took through hell on earth. You gonna get the best of a man. So it's just the way it goes. You got to understand that that's not your man. That's not your husband. If he came and he gave you some of his worst and he didn't grow and change while he was with you into his absolute best, then that's not your husband. You got to move on with your life. You got to go ahead and then let him go to who he's supposed to be with. And then somebody gonna come to you that you supposed to be with. And then when the person that's for you come to you and it feels like peace. And it's because he has ran women off. He done hurt women. He done abused women. He done been talked about. He done been called a punk. He done been called a chump. He done felt the wrath of God. He done gone through. So now he understands that he can be gentle. That he could be cool, calm, and collected. He could be patient. He could be loving. He could be understanding. Now he understands. Now he like, okay, cool. I get it. Let me chill. Let me chill out because now I know that I don't have to control a woman. I don't have to lie to a woman. I don't have to deceive a woman. I don't have to manipulate a woman. All I got to do is love her. Love her and be there for her and support her. And if I do that, things gonna work out. She's gonna want to please me. She's gonna want to reciprocate. She's gonna want to submit to me. She's gonna want to, and she's gonna understand that submission is not a bad word if I'm a true leader. She's gonna understand that if I'm a leader and not a tyrant, not a dictator, not abusive, then her seeing or hearing my vision and saying, hey, this is what God put on my spirit for us to do to get out of debt and to create generational wealth. She's not going to argue and debate with that. She's going to say, okay, you have shown yourself approved. You have shown yourself to be a strong, stoic, emotionally intelligent, emotionally regulated, confident man who is going to be a front liner and who is going to protect and provide. So I will trust you. But see, submission is slavery when you with a weak man. When you with an insecure man. What you think a slave master is? An insecure person who hates themselves so they get somebody else that they can take their self-hate out on. Because no self-loving, confident, healthy, pure human will enslave another human. When you know you got the same blood coursing through your veins and you got the same creator and that God loves them as much as he loves you, you have to hate yourself in order to feel like another human should have a different life or a worse life than you. You hate yourself and you actually envy them. So a lot of times when you're dealing with a man who is dangerous and he got this spirit, he envies your light. He envies your confidence. He envies your strength. He envies your success. He envies your beauty. And that's why he wants to destroy you. That's why he wants to control you. That's why he wants to manipulate you. He wants to put your light out. He wants to dim your light. But when a man comes into his highest self and he is who God has called him to be, that's when he wants to see his woman flourish and live her life and be at her best. There are some women who have this demonic spirit and they want to be the victim. There are some women who actually want to be abused and want to be controlled, because when the man does that, they know the man is going to do that and then come back and shower them with gifts and praise and different things. So some women will take a little bit of pain to get a little bit of gain. And that there, no pain, no gain, that's supposed to be for the gym. Some people apply that to their relationship, and they will be a willing participant and be a willing victim so that they can feed that part of that lustful spirit that wants Louis Vuitton or wants vacation in the Maldives or wants this and that. They will go through and they will suffer through perceived abuse because they have a greater lust for mammon, for the things of the world. And so they will trade off their safety and mental clarity and peace just for a little bit of financial and worldly prosperity, because they have a different type of spirit in them. And so when these two spirits get together, it's destruction. And somebody going to prison or to the grave, or both of them going to the grave. And so you got to realize and understand it's different ways. And that's why we spending some time on this right here, this spirit a little ugly. And I'm titling some of them differently just because how the algorithm work and how it'll try to do. And the word ugly is ugly. You know, it's an ugly word. Like, I don't like the word. I don't like saying the word. And so the algorithm don't really like the word either. So I can't always put it in the title. So just make sure you stay tapped in, stay tuned in with the videos. And then you'll see once I get in here, if we talking about that spirit a little ugly. Because can't put it all of them in the title. Because it is a derogatory term that we call in this here demon. And you could call it whatever you want to call it. Little dummy, little weakling, little butterhead, whatever you want to call it. But that's just my term because I've been using that term for years, little ugly. So I want you to get this and understand, when you see a man, you should see peace, you should see confidence, you should see stoicism, you should see emotional intelligence / emotional regulation. You should see servanthood. He wants to serve. He wants to give. And he can do so because he's strong. But he doesn't seek out applause. He doesn't seek out praise. I did a Sunday sermon earlier. You got to go and check it out from earlier today. And I turned the comments off. And while I was at the game, at the soccer game, my 10-year-old soccer game, something in my spirit said, man, you should turn the comments on so you could hear, you could hear some amens. And if somebody got something from it, if it was good, if it was something they needed to be reminded of. And then right after that, I heard in my spirit, don't worry about neither one of them. You shouldn't be swayed by the amens or the ouches. The message is the message. Don't worry about your critics, nor should you worry about your praisers. Don't worry about your supporters or your haters. Your audience is one. and that's God. And all you should be working for is well done, my good and faithful servant. Not a man and not a you. Not, oh, whoa. Not, you shouldn't do this or you should do that. Don't worry about what man say. What does God say? But hey, this Tony Jackson, we done hit an hour. Don't want to be too long before you today. Like your pastor be saying, make sure you click the link in the description. See our progress. Look at the deadline. We done already hit the goal, and that's a blessing right there. But still have some time on this right here. And so if you're not in and you want to be a part, you want to get in with us as a partner in the channel, where you get to partake in the possible future revenue for the life of the channel. So you will be a partner in that right there, and you'll be able to read on their page, and it's a Q&A on there and all of that. So get that in your spirit. God bless you. I'm sitting here. I had some ackee and saltfish today. I feel like I'm about to have an allergic reaction. I'm trying to think if I had anything else. I had that ackee and saltfish. And if you already in or you don't want to be in on that, make sure you go to wealthofhealth.com. Get your elderberry gummies. We won't have too many of them left, but we have some left. Getting ready. I'm working on the next one. Probably be vitamin D3. So getting ready for that. So y'all be ready once I get the label and everything designed, get the bottle and all that designed. I might go ahead and go forward with the pre-orders on it. And if yours did not, we had some come back because some people didn't put their apartment number on. So we'll get those back out to you. Get you a new bottle, get that back out to you. So just email us from whatever email you receive, and we'll be on that this week. But hey, God bless you, and we'll talk soon. Oh, shout out to my moderators. Thank you to the moderators for helping out. And now listen, the moderators, if they do a lot of promotion or what have you, that's on their own doing. I don't tell them to promote stuff or to sell stuff. That's them being supportive if they do that. So please, just understand that. That's just them supporting. I don't think I've met any other moderators in person because I really haven't been doing events or touring or anything like that. So those are just people that I see on the channel, just supporting. So thank y'all so much. God bless you. We'll talk soon.